A big question that I get all the time from a bunch of my coaching clients is, how do I start a geographic farm? Make sure you watch my other video on core principles on how to pick the farm and the marketing plan to the farm. But a lot of people are saying, Patrick, I don't want to give all my money away up front to get a listing. Is there any way that I can do what Tom Ferry refers to as sweat equity, right? Hustle to go get that listing. Then we could take that profit, and then we can now go do a great marketing plan with profit. That is exciting. I like what Gary Keller says. He says, lead with income. So I know I have made the mistake as a coach with some of my coaching clients where we were like, okay, here, let's spend this money on marketing up front, right? And then we'll hopefully get this listing appointment and keep this geographic farm moving forward. And to varying degrees, that has worked, and sometimes it hasn't. And it's a little bit of a crapshoot. So I don't like to lead with that strategy anymore. I would prefer that we create some profit from your sweat equity, use that profit, and go drive an amazing marketing plan. So let's dive into this session. Okay, where do we get opportunities? Number one. Number one is, let's go to your past clients and your center of influence and your personal network. And let's figure out, how many people do you know currently in your phone or your CRM that live in the community? Now, let's go tag and label that appropriately. Let's actually figure out how many people we know, and then let's call, text, email. And I think it's very simple that you let people know that you have made a business decision to focus on this niche community, and that you want to serve more buyers and sellers and investors in this community. I think the average person understands that a real estate agent should be going after a niche. So it's perfectly okay for you to say, hey, I've decided to focus on this niche. And who do you know that may be considering buying, maybe selling, maybe investing, that I could be working with in this community? Hey, would you do me a huge favor? If you run into anyone, please let me know. Would that be okay? Perfect. And what about yourself? Have you guys had any thoughts of selling or making a transition out of this great community? Or do you know anyone who's thinking about buying in the community, right? So get after that with your past clients and sphere, and let's start building that database. Now, at the end of the day, and I said it in the last video, is if we can build a huge database of people that we can call, text, email, and have relationship with, whether or not it's on a social media platform, that then all of the expense is out of the door, because all of the hard cost in in geographic farming is the direct mail marketing. That's where the big costs are. So if we actually started working in our database now, phone numbers and emails and contact information and social media connections, that's where it's inexpensive. So let's get to work on that right away. Past clients and sphere, any network. Number two is going back, expired, cancels, and withdrawn. Go back like 10 years in that little niche community. If it's 500 homes or 2,000 homes, it doesn't matter. Now, when you do that, go into the MLS and play around with the view in which you can sort it. And you can see properties come on the market, cancel maybe, and then it's sold. So if you sort it by address, is what I've found when I'm looking at this big long list, right? I can see what's going on. Now you might want to go 1 year at a time, go back. Now, Patrick, you might be thinking, Patrick, this is kind of a lot of effort. No. This is great research. This is research. If you're looking at, year by year, you went back over 10 years and you looked at properties that came on the market, expired, canceled, withdrawn, and or sold, and you started to see the price point. You saw price point aggression over the last 10 years. And during that process, you would learn a lot more about homes and values and models and pricing and all kinds of features that you didn't know, and who was a dominant agent and what was going on. So that's really quality research. And of course, we're going to find some expired, canceled, withdrawn that came on the market, then didn't sell. And so now we can go after those homeowners. I do like the service Forewarn. If you haven't checked that out, in a lot of boards and MLSs, they've been paying for forewarn for their members because it's an opportunity for us to kind of verify and validate who our potential clients are to protect us. So it's actually a kind of a protecting service. So take a look to see if you have access to that. And then we can pull that list of expired, canceled, withdrawals. We can go to forewarn. We can type in the address and see if we can find the owner and make a phone call to that owner, and that's free, okay? And or you can do a handwritten note and then just go drop it off, right? Knock on the door, drop it off, and see if you can get a conversation, started with that homeowner. So there's inexpensive ways for us to be able to do this, okay? Now, what you're going to find with the expired, cancel, withdrawn is really you're going to see some of strategy number 3 show up, which is for rents. Okay, so a lot of properties will come on the market, and then what they'll do is they didn't sell, the homeowner leaves, they rent the property out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and so really what you're going to see is that a lot of for rents become great opportunities for you to get a listing. So we'll go after the for rents that were listed by an agent or property manager, and let's see if we can use forewarn to find that homeowner and ask them, have they had any thoughts of selling this year and what their plans are for that great property? You're a local agent in the neighborhood, so you know you live and love and you serve this community, and they've got this property. Is there anything that you can do to help them out? Really powerful, right? This isn't like a cold call. This is a neighbor who owns an asset in your, niche marketplace. So you should be in communication with them, serving them. Okay. Now, we'll also look for the for rent by owner. So you go on to maybe Zillow or Craigslist and do some research there, and you can start to find actually the homeowner, advertising their property for rent, and just call them directly and have a great conversation with them. Let them know you're committed to serving this community as a part of your niche practice. And if there's anything you can do to help them out, and have they had any thoughts of selling, right, of that asset, and is there anything you can do to support and serve them? See, boom. So this is the game. So I have a great coaching client, right, who we have this little game plan right now. So for the first 6 months, we're going to do all sweat equity, as Tom would say, sweat equity, to pick up 4 listings. We made a commitment. Let's get 4 listings between now and the end of the year. And let's use a big percentage of the profit from those 4 listings. And then we'll construct the marketing plan for the following year. That's going to be amazing because we can literally kind of stack the deck with, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 literally, and we can leverage that income directly into an amazing marketing plan where he can construct the whole 12-month marketing plan, as I discussed in the other video, how to look at the entire year. But man, imagine if we had $5, $10, $15, $20,000 in capital to now go build that marketing plan. That would be amazing. I think this is the fast way, to get a good geographic farm started the right way, healthy way, and then boom, create that profit and go build something amazing, turn this into a long-term asset for you, and you're off and running. You're now set up. So I hope you enjoyed that. Check out any and all the playlists, please, that I have. If there's any other topics that you're interested, go to the playlist, take a look at those things. Please leave a comment down below. I'd appreciate that. What's the most important thing you want to take action on? Any questions that you have, use that below. If there's anything I can do to help out, check out the description for all my additional links. And thanks so much. Have a great day. Look forward to chatting with you.